Ask about the 90-day deferral payment. That's right, don't pay for 90 days. And, of course, they have all the big-name brand mattresses. Serta Perfect Sleeper, Sealy Posturepedic, and Simmons. New York, Philly, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and now Boston. Dial a mattress. Nationwide, 1-800-MATTRES. High-risers, electric beds, folding, king, platform beds, and more. 1-800-MATTRESS. Thank you. You know, I feel kind of guilty here. I mean, I don't even know what's going on at my own radio station. You think I should listen a little more. I read in Joe Brooks' column what we're doing today. Did you read that?
I knew. I was going to bring that up during the news because I wasn't sure if you knew.
I better read this out loud. Should I read it?
Go ahead.
To celebrate the 25th anniversary of the release of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, WXRK 92.3 K-Rock will kick off a 10-day celebration of Beatles music with a sing-along in Times Square today at 5 p.m. 10-day celebration? You mean we're going to play 10 days of Beatles? What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't quite understand it. I knew about this sing-along in Times Square.
The lyrics of A Little Help from My Friends will appear on Sony's giant TV screen on the One Times Square building as disc jockeys Alison Steele, Tony Pigg, Meg Griffin, Pete Fornatale, and Dave Herman lead fans in a sing-along.
Yes.
Well, I must tune in for this.
Well, John and I are going to be there, too.
Oh,
they mentioned Stuttering John in the paper yesterday.
Yeah, me and
they
John,
didn't mention you.
No, they did.
Did they?
He didn't read close enough.
No. Interesting. So what are you guys going to be singing?
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not, they have gone out and rented those Sgt. Pepper's outfits.
And who's going to be wearing those?
All of us.
You're going to wear Sgt. Pepper's outfit?
That's right.
What about Meg? Who's she
She'll
going to
be wearing one also.
Wow, she's got to be in heaven.
You know, I got to tell you, I got Disney for free last night, the Disney Channel, so they showed Billy Joel live at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And Meg's on the beginning of that.
Oh, really?
You know, at the microphone here. And they have they have like a little montage of disc jockeys talking about Billy Joel coming to town.
Yeah.
And Meg's comments just really jump out from all the rest.
Oh,
you know,
yeah? What did she say?
It's just that, you know, his songs are going to be remembered for 50 years to come. Yeah, everyone else is like, hey, isn't it great Billy Joel's coming?
Yeah, she knows how to really...
serious.
Yeah, she's very serious about the records. Very serious.
You know, music is important.
Yeah. It really is a very, very serious thing.
Because, well, you know, it's really funny because they had, like, a guy from BAB and a guy from Z100. So the guy from Z100 standing up and he's got, like, that bad haircut. And he goes, Billy Joel's coming to Yankee Stadium!
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Goofy guy.
Meg is just, like, so serious.
Yeah,
you
right.
know,
Yeah, she's not like the typical disc jockey.
Yeah, right. I just want to say how serious I am about this Billy Joel music. I mean, I'm dead serious here, folks.
Well, at one point, they ran a little montage. They showed Billy coming in, and they ran like a little montage of all the voices.
Yeah.
You know, just talking about it.
Yeah.
And you just heard Meg's voice for just a second about saying something about, you know, he really cares. He gives back to the people.
She said, you know...
She says all the right things.
Yeah. She must have it all written in a book somewhere. He gives back to the people.
I mean, it's all cliches, but she uses them at the right time.
Right. Anyway, so you guys are going to be in Times Square singing Sgt. Pepper's songs to the actual record?
We haven't ascertained that yet. You know, they just said we got to be there at a certain time.
Whose idea was this, Mark's?
It had to be.
Mark's a weird dude, man. Is that his idea of fun?
I guess. I don't know. He's giving back, too, isn't he?
Mark really gives back to the people. Where is Mark?
He's here.
Is he in his Sgt. Pepper's outfit?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I bet you he will be, though.
Wouldn't it be funny to see Mark walking through the halls all day?
I want a picture of that.
Yeah. I'm in my Pepper's outfit.
Captain Crunch.
Hey, here he is right now. He's got a Captain Crunch outfit on. They ran out of Sgt. Pepper's. I thought Captain Crunch would be appropriate.
I'm not going to wear an outfit.
You're not?
No, just
Why
the
not?
disc jockeys.
Why shouldn't you
people
wear
want
one?
to see the disc jockeys.
I'd
They don't
rather
wanna
see you in
me.
one.
Me too.
A nice, tiny Sgt. Pepper's outfit.
Weren't the Beatles all small?
He'll be Ringo.
I just need someone to love. So, let me get this straight.
Right.
At 5 o'clock today...
Actually, it's going to be a little bit after 5.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure everybody's there. It's actually going to be simulcast on Channel 4. Al Roker's going to come and do the weather.
Okay, I'll be...
Big event.
You know what you guys ought to do?
No.
When you're all in your Sgt. Pepper's outfits? Just take Al Roker and pink belly him. Meg and Pete. So he's going to be out there.
He's going to be out there.
And it'll almost be like a simulcast in the sense that
right.
you will have television coverage.
That's
and
right.
Radio coverage.
Program director's delight.
Whose dream was this? Yours, Mark? You came up with this?
No, it was actually Dave's idea to go out and do it in public.
Dave Herman.
Yep. He had done it once.
Thank God you
before.
got Dave
Can
at
you
the
imagine
station.
that brainstorming session?
Yeah, oh, it must have been wild when they were
What
planning
can
it.
we do?
We expanded upon it though.
Dave, let me get this straight. You want to go out and sing Sgt. Pepper songs on a street corner? I love it. It's great. And I'll call Channel 4. We can get them to cover it.
Well, the idea is to have the listeners come and sing too at Times Square.
Yeah, so you mean all of the K-Rock fans
Yep.
will come down to Times Square
Yep.
and sing, and then will the actual music, will there be a music bed or just be a cappella?
Well, on the Sony Jumbotron,
Yes.
we're going to have all the lyrics projected, and we
Right.
even have one of these bouncing balls that goes along with the lyrics.
That's good.
You think
So
I'm
you go,
nuts,
where's the
I know.
music going to come from?
Yeah.
Everybody's got to bring their Walkmans and listen to it on the radio, and then they sing along, and we'll have on the radio and have the people
So
singing along.
we're gonna play the record.
Yeah, back here at the station.
So it won't be. We're not singing like.
What if people don't have Walkmans?
Then they'll just join in. It's with a little help from my friends.
Yeah,
I think
the ball's
most people kind of
bouncing.
know the lyrics and kind of can sing
But
along.
people
and-
who are listening to the music, and then those who aren't, they're going to jump ahead, because you'll be like, do you need anybody? I just need someone to love. And then the rest of people will be, dun, 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 dun. They'll be waiting, and the other ones will be singing. It's going to be like one big mess.
Yeah, but the bouncing ball, all they got to do is watch the screen. And we'll also hand out printed lyrics. We're trying to cover all bases.
Because you got Sgt. Pepper's, you know what it's going to sound like. I know what it's going to sound like. I'll tell you what it's going to sound like. It's going to be like a couple of people with Walkmans. Who's going to know how to have a Walkman there?
Right.
We've been telling people for
People
the last
already
4 or 5
on their way
days.
to work.
Mark,
No, we've been telling
I work on the station. I don't know to bring
It's
a Walkman.
on the It's on the promo that just ran.
Nobody listens to those.
I would hope they do.
No, they don't. They go and get a sandwich during the promos. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Oh boy.
That's what it will sound like. Give me your ears and I'll try you a song. Let me do it. I'll do Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It's gonna and the
You're going
guy.
to do Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah.
They're not going to sing the whole album.
No, just with a little help from my friends.
Oh, you mean this is the one they're gonna do?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's all.
Just this, not the whole album.
gonna play the intro part either.
We'll play that so people can get ready to sing along, sure.
Do you feel this is a drug reference song, and maybe in these very hard times we have to
Get by with a little help from my friends.
get high with a little help from my friends? Surprised they haven't outlawed that yet. What would you think if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I get by. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a
Not
friggin'
everybody sings as badly as you.
mess. Yeah, but everyone's gonna be jumping ahead. They're not gonna have headphones on.
I tell you, the bouncing ball will guide them.
It's going to be a nightmare. Well, it should be a lot of fun, Mark. Good idea.
Thanks. And you were asking about, we're not going to play all Beatles for the next 10 days.
And I
but
bet you
when
Meg has John Lennon's Sgt. Pepper's outfit, because that's the one she identifies with, right?
I
Who
think we just have a whole bunch of uniforms, and
I
I'm
see.
not sure whose is whose.
No, real serious.
You'll see them later.
Very good. No, good luck with that.
You want to know what part 2 is, though?
What's part
what
2?
you were saying, are we going to play all Beatles all the time? The
Yeah.
answer is no. But when we do play Beatles, we're giving away CD players and Sgt. Pepper CDs.
All right, good.
Okay?
Sounds
There you go.
good.
Thank you.
Keep trying, Mark.
Wait till I walk out.
All right, there he goes. Mark Chernoff, little rabbit. He's always dreaming up little things to get some attention.
Yes, he's out there being with the people.
He sure is. Everyone from New York is invited to sing along, says program director Mark Chernoff, who also hired a Beatles impersonating band named Liverpool to entertain. Why is he doing this?
Yeah, why?
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was a turning point. Oh, says Fornatel.
Oh.
Rock and roll couldn't be dismissed as trivial or kids' music after that. It had to be taken seriously.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We have more thoughtful DJs on this station than anybody.
Too thoughtful.
They have a quote on any topic.
Much too thoughtful.
Yeah. Station was smart. They didn't involve me in that.
Didn't even talk to you.
No, I didn't even know about it till today.
That's why I was shocked when I read it in the paper yesterday. I said, we don't even know about this.
You know, it's probably not a bad place to go, guys, if you want to get laid, because all the mental patient girls who listen to this station will probably be out there. And believe me, I've seen them all. Whenever we do a promotion.
Some of them are very good looking.
Yeah.
Because they're mental cases doesn't mean they're not cute.
Once you get them home and wash them off, won't be so bad. We have girls who expose themselves in parking lots and put cigarettes in their private parts. Wait, you'll see.
That's the same girl.
Yeah. And that's just one of them. These kind of promotions and sort of attract a lot of mental patients, which is always good. You know, fun.
Well, yeah, all those people who hang around Strawberry Fields.
Right.
At birthday time probably will be there, too.
Dirty, filthy, loose, hippie girls who want to be somehow involved. So if you've really been having a hard time meeting women, I'd probably get on over there and bang a few of our scruffy listeners.
Yeah, that guy we were talking to earlier.
Yeah.
This is what he should do.
Should be able to hook up with someone there.
Forget escort service.
Yeah. 815-92.3 K-Rock WYSP WJFK. I got to take a break. When we come back, Robin, let me take a couple of phone calls. We've yet to do that. And
did you see that telethon that was on this weekend?
No, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about the phone calls. And let's play a couple more song parodies. We're still having the song parody contest for the Zookeeper in Philadelphia. All of that
right.
going on and more right after these words.
The classic rock station is 92.3 K-Rock.
Greyhound asks, what are your plans for this summer?
Say, Denise, this is Freddie. How does a beautiful weekend and a little romantic hideaway sound?
Freddie?
Yeah, baby?
If you think I'm spending another weekend at your nasty brother's nasty apartment across town,
But baby!
Go Greyhound, and you can afford a real vacation. Plus, May 22nd through July 31st, you could win $10,000. Or great fall travel discounts, all in Greyhound's busload of prizes, scratch and win game.
Yo, Yolanda!
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older. See participating agent for rules.
When you pour 120 of America's great beers together, one rises to the top. Samuel Adams Lager. That's what's happened for 3 years running at the Great American Beer Festival, where 5,000 brewers and beer lovers voted Samuel Adams the best beer in America. In fact, Samuel Adams is the only beer voted the best beer in America 3 years in a row. I'm Jim Cook, and I think the way I brew Samuel Adams makes it the best beer. I craft brew it using nothing but classic, honest ingredients. Pure water, lager yeast, two-row malt, and Bavarian hops. That's all. Samuel Adams is so pure, it passes Germany's strict beer purity law. And its rich lager taste is why Samuel Adams is the only American beer imported into Germany. So you can drink what you're drinking now and be a good beer drinker. Or you can drink Samuel Adams and be America's best beer drinker.
More things you can do for $5 a day. Get a used textbook on high-order human brain function and prop up a corner of your sofa. Or a book on learning to mambo. A better choice might be the Try Honda $5 a day 24-month leasing program. For only $149 a month, you can drive a four-door Honda Accord LX with all sorts of doodads, including an airbag. So mambo over to your Try Honda dealer right away, because this offer ends soon.
Closed-end lease for qualified lessees on 92 Accord LX 5-speed sedan. Payments based on 24-month term with refundable deposit of $200 plus first payment at lease inception. Down payment of $2,750 is required, gap included. Scheduled payments total $3,600 plus lease termination fee of $250. Penalty for early termination. Option to purchase at lease end for residual value of $10,338 plus applicable fees, taxes, and termination fee of $250. Price may vary according to state. Lessee responsible for taxes, title, registration, insurance, excess wear, optional equipment, maintenance, and repair. 15 cents per mile over 10,000 miles per year. Offer ends July 5th. Subject to credit approval.
Hey, MasterCard.
Yes?
My analyst told me not to be depressed. I may get to leave this wallet.
Oh, even though I'm the only credit card with Master Values discounts?
Master Values discounts?
Where my owner gets up to 25% off on the spot, just for using me at dozens of merchants nationwide?
On the spot discounts?
Uh-huh. Oh, I see a bargain. I gotta go. Keep your numbers up.
I'm so depressed I could expire.
Use MasterCard and master the moment. Save the special Master Values insert in your MasterCard statement. Offers good through August 31st. Void where prohibited.
Men's Hair Now. Men's Hair Now is so great. I only say this, and I really do mean this. I only say this because I have seen their work. On a couple of occasions now, they've brought people down who have had the men's hair now processed. And I am telling you, you cannot tell that these people are bald. You cannot tell that they're wearing something artificial. It's because of the Dermabond process. Now, what is the Dermabond process? Well, that will take about an hour to explain. And I can give you a phone number. They can send you a brochure. They can explain it to you. But I am telling you, this is far superior to any toupee or hair weave that I have ever seen. And, Robin, I think you'll back me up on that.
What is important, Howard, is this looks like your hair.
You don't want anybody saying there's something strange about that guy. I'm telling you, that's not his real hair. If you're going to be wearing something on your head to make it look like you have hair, you want to look like you have hair.
Yeah.
You want to be able to swim with it. You want to be able to do everything, but it's got to look real.
You
It's got
want
to
a
be
woman to
convincing.
be able to run her fingers through it.
There's a guy who came in here. You could not tell this guy. In fact, they brought 5 people in. We couldn't pick him out. He says, you know, my girlfriend still doesn't know that I don't have my own hair. She runs her fingers through it. Dial 1-800-835-HAIR if this interests you. 1-800-835-HAIR. 1-800-835-HAIR. Men's hair now. Thank you. 820-92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. What the TV show we aired this weekend, that was the Clarence Thomas one? And Lesbian Dating Game?
I know there was a lesbian dating game because people told me about it.
Yeah, people told me they dug it. Let me just take a couple of phone calls, Robin, because I've been unable to get to the phones. I have promised that since Friday that I would take a few phone calls. You're on the air. Yes? Thank you. Yes, you're on the air. You're on the air. Hello? Mm-hmm.
And that was the phone call segment.
See, I want to get a new phone system in here. First of all, our phones cut you off after a couple of rings.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the lights are on. And then
But
when
no one's there?
Well, I go to them because they've just been cut off. Then I also want a phone system where you plunk down the phone and the person can immediately hear you.
That would help.
On our phone system, for some reason, if I go, you're on the air, the person can't hear it.
Takes a few seconds
Now,
for some reason or other.
Yeah, have you ever heard of something like that? So I keep recommending this Telos system. We now have 5 stations that air our show. Maybe all 5 of them would chip in and buy this. I think it runs about $1,500.
Well, that's not a lot of money.
No, and it's a great system. I could put 9 people on the air at the same time, and they'd all sound great. All right, I'm going to try it again.
All right.
All the phones are lit. You're on the air. Now watch, I'll say it again. You're on the air.
Hi, Howard. How's it going?
Now he hears you.
Now, why should it work like that? I have talked and talked and talked till I am blue in the face about this. It's a little annoying thing that if I take multiple phone calls, I got to say you're on the air twice. I know people have problems at work, and this is not a major problem, and you're probably saying, hey, Howard.
This is, something to do with the presentation of the show.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm the tightest performer in the world. I mean, after all, there's a lot of dead air on this show. But, I mean, why should I have to say you're on the air twice? It gets a little fatiguing after a while.
You don't hear the first one.
I know. And it took me about 3 years to figure that out.
He's no rocket scientist either.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? I'm bright? So, anyway, what can I do for you?
Hey, great TV show on Saturday.
Thank you.
Fabulous, man. Get better every week.
Yeah, and you know what? That one was easy to do because it was a rerun.
I really enjoyed doing that one.
Yeah, that one was great to do.
Yeah.
We actually taped a bunch. We actually finished taping on Friday, but we had to tape a whole bunch of new ones for July because, don't ask, July's rating sweeps. I don't even think we should have had to tape those 4, but we did.
Nobody else does this.
I know.
Saturday Night Live will not have new shows on in July.
I know, but we will. And then none of our public will even know that there are new shows.
Right.
It's just...
Is Saturday Night Live still on the air?
Yeah. They're still there.
Man.
They
Hey, Howard,
suck.
you're the greatest.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See, and that's another thing. I mean, I spent a lot of time getting that guy on the air, and then he had nothing to say, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Here, watch. I'll prove it to you again. You're on the air. You're on the air.
Hi.
See?
I don't know if you care about this, but I have Jay Thomas on tape right after he called you your show.
Yeah.
On Friday.
Yeah.
And he said you made Robin your slave.
He finally revealed that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so desperate, isn't he?
Yeah. You want to hear it?
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
You said it just fine.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know
you
why
know.
we have to hear Jay say it.
When Jay, you know what? You're
It's
probably a lot
pretty funny,
funnier
they
than
have-
Jay. When Jay says it, it's never funny.
They have a black caller on there
All Jay has is black listeners. He was brought in to get white listeners. You can't get that done. I'm telling you, this is a guy who just... you know what? White people hate him. Black people hate him. Everyone hates Jay. Thank you.
You want to hear it?
All right, if you insist.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Ooh, nobody want to see that. But anyway, I want to ask you a question, Jay.
I don't know where. Oh, yes, go ahead.
The woman that be with Howard Stern, ain't she black?
Yes, she is.
Ain't she? And
Yes, she is.
Something.
It is something.
That just goes to show you. She sit up there and listen to all this bull crap from Howard Stern. Now you're talking about disgrading women.
No, well, Howard...
He even disgrading his
You know what?
sidekick.
If ever she defended herself as a black person, he also has Puerto Rican and Spanish guys working with him.
See,
and
this
stuff.
is-
If ever
this is-
they went against him,
Hold on
he
one
would
second.
fire them.
All she do is laugh
That's right.
and agree with everything.
How does she know you?
Because she's listening to us constantly. Jay doesn't even realize.
I gotta say this.
He's talking to one of our
Woman
listeners.
a slave.
I gotta say this.
You have a statement, you go.
If she got
This is Jay appealing to black people.
Yes.
to sit up there and let this man talk about her like he do, and she sit up there and laugh, she's the bad influence for the black people.
No, this woman on the phone's a bad influence. Listen to the grammar.
Howard Stern's news gal. What the hell is her name?
Hey,
News gal.
He knows exactly what my name is, and he
Yeah.
knows it.
News gal. Jay's wife sits by the pool every day listening to our show. I have that on very, very good authority. I'm always told, don't mention that Jay's wife, in confidence.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be married, is he?
It's very embarrassing that Jay's wife, A, listens to our show and that Jay's even married. Oh, he's so lame. And there he's got a woman who can barely speak English
And he
talking
doesn't say anything to her about
Who be am Robin?
that woman be working with him.
That woman
Ain't
be...
he black?
I mean, you have to have, by accident, growing up in this country, gotten some command of the English language.
Sometime or other you have to have heard those words used correctly.
I've never heard grammar used that way. And, of course, all of Jay's listeners talk that way.
And he can't say anything because
No.
he'll lose the few he has.
Yeah, right. Who am is... I mean, if you tried...
How she be?
How she be am is... Give me that opening word thing that she says. Dude.
Okay.
Just rewind it and give me the... I just have never heard anything like
But
that.
notice now, he did one phone call with us and devoted the rest of his show.
To us.
I don't know where. Oh, yes, go
The
ahead.
woman that be with Howard Stern, ain't she black?
Yes, she is.
Ain't she? And isn't that something?
It is something.
That just goes to show you. She sit up there and listen to all
Now,
this.
what is... okay, thanks. What's really something is her command of the language.
Yes. I am shocked and astounded.
Who am is am you. When I was in Roosevelt, everyone talked like that. And I don't know. And you would say, what? I don't understand. But actually in Roosevelt, you're encouraged to talk that way, because if you don't talk that way, you're not cool. So then after a while, you actually start talking like that.
And then when you go try to get a job, you
It's
don't
frightening.
understand
Yeah. I mean,
why nobody wants to hire you.
But I mean, by the second grade, you should have a better command of... I mean, my kids have a better command of...
Yeah, they can use the verb to be, can't they?
Yes. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't know what that woman's conjugating. I mean, by the second grade, she doesn't have a vocabulary of a second grader. Who am be, that am is, am is, who be his partner. It's like, wait.
And believe me,
It's like a
they
second
can
language.
understand you when you speak
Yeah.
standard American English.
Yes.
They just don't speak it.
How dumb. I mean, that's unbelievable.
That's what I don't understand. It's not that they don't understand it when it's spoken correctly.
Well, I heard like a lot of guys, like I watch that Black Like Me, I watch.
Black Like Me?
What
What's
is
that?
What is that show on public television with Anthony Brown, Tony Brown's
Tony
Journal?
Brown's Journal.
Yeah, is that what it's called? It's
Yeah.
still called. I think they got a new name for it.
Well, I haven't seen it since the new name then.
Well, it was one of those shows, and everyone was on there saying that black dialect should just be accepted as another language, and therefore, because white people are discriminating against black people because that's how they learned how to talk. So I'm sitting there going, oh, wait a second. Now you're going to try to sort of legislate that sort of language?
So that other people now have to have people who work for them who speak that language?
Well, I know like a lot of guys in the black community are saying, hey, that's the right way to talk, that's the cool way to talk, but they don't realize that outside of that little world that they're in, they're just completely laughed at and seen as stupid idiots. So it's like, how do you convince some guy who talks like that he's
when
not...
everybody else around him talks like that too?
We should be considered a ain't a regular language. Oh, okay.
I have more of her. If you want to hear it.
What do you got?
When she first calls him. Wait, right here.
I've been listening to old Howard Stern tonight. He's been calling you an imbecile and all kind of stuff like that.
Right.
But if he's listening now, I want to let him know that, Howard, I am black, and we dig Jay. And he plays music, yes, he do. And you be on TV telling people, let me kiss your bonds. And, and this is why you mentioned the black and the white thing, that Jay got all the black people. Hey, this goes to show you the perverts, okay?
Yeah.
Jay, yeah.
All the white people are perverts.
I want to ask you a question.
Well, Jay's not defending white people. What the hell's wrong with him? That's a disgrace.
I like all white people are perverts.
And Jay just sits there going, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you for agreeing with me, ma'am. A woman with the intelligence of a pea. Thank you for taking my side in the Howard Stern controversy.
But you see who the perverts be.
And Jay's like, yeah. He's like he's talking to a scientist. Yeah. I'm glad you agree with me, ma'am. She just got let out of Creedmoor. I'm glad you agree with me. Jay, you be seeing that show of his, and he be on there saying that you be kissing his that a pervert, white people. Yeah, that's right, ma'am.
You got all the black people where you see who all the perverts are.
Yeah. He a white pervert.
You see all the perverts be. And Jay says something, doesn't defend his white brothers. He just sits there and says,
How does anyone advertise on that station? I mean, really. Like to the advertiser driving in his car, the guy just spent about, $1,000 to get his commercial on there, and he's going, oh my God, look who I'm reaching. This woman has no discretionary income. All right, sir. Thank you for the enlightening report.
And Jay's comedic response to you was, he's going to get the Golden Enema Award for your TV show.
Yeah, well,
that's his stint. Yeah.
Let's see how his TV show does with Susan Day.
Sure.
All right, thanks, dude.
Hey, thanks a lot.
All right, bye. All right, we'll be back right after this.
92.3 K-Rock is proud to bring you Paul Simon Unplugged in a simulcast with MTV this Wednesday night at 10 p.m. The show was recorded live in front of a 92.3 K-Rock studio audience and is Paul at his best playing acoustically. You'll hear classics like Mrs. Robinson, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Me and Julio, and more. It's another 92.3 K-Rock in the Nighttime Special, brought to you by Budweiser, the rock and roll king of beers. Nothing beats a Bud. Paul Simon Unplugged, Wednesday night at 10, exclusively on the classic rock station 92.3 K-Rock.
These days, a lot of companies are talking about belt tightening. Great. But if you do a lot of traveling for one of those companies, you're the one who's wearing the belt, so you'll be the one who feels the pinch. So the next time you're catching heat about T&E, there's a good way to fight back. The next time you travel, stay at a Courtyard by Marriott. Courtyard offers a spacious room with separate seating and work area, whirlpool, mini gym, pleasant restaurant, and a comfortable lounge. And always for a price that both you and the accountants will thoroughly appreciate. Courtyard by Marriott was designed by business travelers for business travelers as a kind of refuge where you can relax and retool for the day ahead. Who knew it would also be a great way to tighten your belt without it hurting?
Now through October 4th. Get a $39 to $49 rate Thursday through Sunday at most Courtyards. Call 1-800-321-2211 or your travel agent 3 days in advance for reservations. Rooms are limited. Restrictions apply.
There's no place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see. If it's gonna get done, it's up to you and to me. Come on and head for the mountains of Bush.
Anheuser-Busch in St. Louis, Missouri.
Greyhound asks, what are your plans for this summer?
Say, Denise, this is Freddie. How does a beautiful weekend and a little romantic hideaway sound?
Freddie?
Yeah, baby?
If you think I'm spending another weekend at your nasty brother's nasty apartment across town,
But
then...
baby!
Go Greyhound, and you can afford a real vacation. Plus, May 22nd through July 31st, you could win $10,000. Or great fall travel discounts, all in Greyhound's busload of prizes, scratch and win game.
Yo, Yolanda!
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older. See participating agent for rules.
Let me have those. All right. What is this? Nutrisystem? Of course, I should know the song by now. If you want to nutricize your body, nutricize your mind, you go to Nutrisystem. Nutrisystem is so good. It really is good. And why is it good? Because you actually lose weight in an easy way. And what do I mean by that? I have been on diets before where you sit there and you starve, or you have to count calories and go through a whole rigmarole. And you know what it is? You end up hungry at the end of the day. You get a headache. And you know what? Eventually you break down and you stop doing it. On Nutrisystem, they make all the meals for you. Every meal is made for you. You don't end up losing out on the foods that you like. They give you snacks and desserts. There's no thought that goes into this thing. And from everyone who's been on it, they come back with everybody has the same thing. Hey, I wasn't hungry. I lost a lot of weight. It was easy. So why don't you go on Nutrisystem? Why don't you try it? The warm weather's here. I bet you're feeling gross. You want to lose the weight? How about losing all the weight you want for $249? That's all it costs, plus the cost of Nutrisystem meals. But $249 is your one-shot price. Program duration personalized for your weight loss goal. Individual weight loss varies. Cannot be combined with other offers. Participating centers only. Why don't you pick up the phone and call 1-800-321-THIN. Try it for a couple of weeks, and you'll see how easy it is. And before you know it, all of that weight will be off. You'll finally be free of all that fat. Just call 1-800-321-THIN. Pick up the phone and do it now. You know, Gary said someone just faxed me. I think it was Doug Trent. And he said, why is Chernoff having a promotion today in Times Square at the height of rush hour, where people will stand around and sing Sgt. Pepper songs and tying up traffic? You know, God bless them, but...
That's one way you guarantee the crowd.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't want your event to go badly.
It drives me crazy when I see stuff like that. And you're sitting there in traffic going, oh.
Yeah, what the hell is this? And then people will start to hate Sgt. Pepper.
Sgt. Pepper's and 92.3 K-Rock will be top on their list of things they hate. But all right, listen, it's important to him to evidently tie up Times Square. He's a man with a mission. Robin, regarding our song parody contest, you know the zookeeper in Philadelphia is a douche, and we have ruined his life, and we thought it was time we sang about it, so we wrote 3 song parodies of our own, but we've asked the audience to join in on the fun, and we came up with 3 great prizes, didn't we?
What are they?
Tell everybody what they will win, Gary.
Well, first prize is a trip for 2 to Europe to see a major rock concert. We still haven't figured out which one it's going to be.
All right.
But it could be like a Springsteen or an Elton John of that caliber.
All right.
Second prize is a new Sony Series 7 stereo system with ES features, and that's from Arthur Gold at Grand Central Radio. It's Altec Lansing speakers.
Yes.
Third prize is a Brother Fax 400 fax machine.
All right.
And then we have 3 runner-up prizes of Brother P-Touch label makers, also from Brother.
All I know is it sounds like a mouthful of prizes coming from Gary.
I know. I'm not an announcer.
And let me just give you a couple of examples of some of the work that people have sent in. This is a man named DeBella.
Oh, this is I think this is to King of the Road.
Daddy?
No.
Why is that man lying in the gutter? Ooh, he smells. Gee, he's got much more hair up his nose than on his head.
Get away from that bum.
Why? What's wrong with him? Who is he?
Well, let me tell you a story about a man named DeBella. No talent loser and a bald-headed fella. Then one day his wife said goodbye, and that's when DeBella started to cry.
Okay, you get the idea there? That's an entry.
I like the intro.
And this one's called Zoo Blue. Remember, the themes we want you to work with is that he's lost all his ratings. Now his wife has left him, and he's got to pay off a $550,000 mortgage on his dream house.
Do all 3 of those elements have to be included?
No, Robin, they don't. But this is the idea.
Okay.
And I'm just trying
I'm just wondering for the judging whether you have to include those elements in order to be considered a winner.
Well, let me say this: that the more elements you pack in there, more
Better
fun elements.
for you.
I would think so, yeah.
Okay. But if you have a superior song, you can only get 2 of them in.
That's okay, too.
All right.
Obviously, the Alice Cooper song.
Hair falls in the shower drain. My ratings dropped since Howard came.
That's a pretty good opening line.
Hair falls in the shower drain? I like that.
Hair falls in the shower drain? Because he's so bald, this guy. That's a really good thing to get in there.
Hair falls in the
Hair falls down the shower. Hair falls down the shower drain. What was the next line?
My ratings died since Howard came.
I got no wife and I'm only to blame. Lose my job like I lost my fame. Zoo blue, listers lost every day.
No, you get the idea.
Yeah.
I like the attempt to make no attempt to be in key.
Yeah. Sometimes that works for you. Now, this one's called Bald-Headed Toad. I think this is King of the Road.
Yeah, this is it.
Boom, 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 boom. Trailer for sale or rent is where most of Baldy's money's spent. He's got no phone, no pool, no pets. I've seen more happening people with Tourette's. You see now, a poor Baldy's got no life. He lost his home and then he lost his wife. She said, I can't stand this loser, this bald-headed toad.
Doom, 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 doom.
4 hours of crappy jokes has made Baldy's dreams go up in smoke. He can't buy a single rating share. And now his palms are growing hair, but old Baldy still insists he will never slit his wrist. But we all sure would if we were a bald-headed toad.
Can't go wrong with that. I like that. Listeners having some fun with that.
Yeah.
All right, but there's still some time left for you to get those song parodies in. In fact, the cutoff date is
a week from Wednesday, June 10th by noon.
Very good. 841 92.3 KROC, WYSP, WJFK.
You didn't see that telethon that was on this weekend?
No. What is that?
I had never heard of this one before. I thought I was up on all the telethons, but this was called the Miracle Children's Network, and it had about 7 hosts, including Mary Hart,
Mary Hart?
Rich Little.
How much money did they raise?
$100 million.
Wow. You know, I think people are tapped out. I think there could never be another telethon.
I thought we were in a repression or a recession or something.
Why is it Comic Relief only can raise like $1 million?
Yeah. And then the Miracle Children's Network, $100 million. They flashed up that toad. I couldn't even read the number. It was
really?
So big.
It was astronomical.
Yeah.
It was like past infinity.
Yeah. It was incredible.
Wow.
And they were like, we've only got a few more minutes here. What's that total?
You know what it is? On Comic Relief, they don't show enough pieces about like starving children and stuff.
See, I didn't get to see what kind of pieces they showed.
Yeah.
But I did notice that when they shot back, they even had the local stations doing local cut-ins. So it was on Channel 5, and the Fox station did their local cut-in back at the studio, and they had a bank of phones, and Malcolm Jamal Warner and Miss America were the New York hosts.
Oh, is that right? That's a good job. Miss America must have been thrilled with that. That's probably the most exciting thing she's ever done.
Up.
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm Miss America.
And she was real perky.
It's hard to get publicity anymore to be Miss America because there's so many damn beauty pageants, except if you're Vanessa Williams.
Well, this one, she, took an interesting tack. She was the one who was beaten up by her boyfriend.
I see.
And now she's getting a TV movie out of it where she gets to play herself.
Oh, great. Good for her.
So she's networking.
Those telethons, though. But you know what? To raise $100 million, they must have had like a lot of people, really kissing ass. And
well, Cora Ann Mahalik, who is the Channel 5 newswoman,
yes,
almost cried. I mean, she was literally, her makeup was running, the lipstick was smeared across her face.
How do they do that?
And she was just like, I'm serious.
Oh.
You just can't sit there. These are our kids. This is serious.
Isn't it amazing how I can just sit there? You didn't donate, did
And
you?
I'm sitting there watching her. I said, look at her. She's falling apart.
She's a mess.
I was like, this is great acting. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, he didn't know what to do after her performance.
Hey, sweetheart, get some composure going, man.
He was like, Cora's right.
Yeah, hey, Cora's right on track.
Oh, my goodness.
I
And
like
they
the...
were, I don't know how they get to $100 million.
I'm telling you, a lot of
because
sympathy pieces.
The local station, New York, had a total of 74,000. Yeah, it wasn't even in the 100,000.
And New York only had 74,000, so how could
Where's that money coming from?
Must be Utah or something. There must be a big one out there. But I don't know. I watch those sympathy pieces. I got to turn the channel. I can't even watch them. One time I was watching the muscular dystrophy telethon. You saw this one, didn't you? The one with the guy who was hooked up to a computer.
Yeah, and the son.
This guy got muscular dystrophy, and the only thing he can move is his right eye. And he can open and shut his right eye.
Yeah.
And that's it. The rest of him is completely shut down.
Right.
Except for the right eye.
And then they hook a computer up to that.
So they have this weird thing coming out of his eye, like a probe.
Yeah.
And he can, like, point with a light.
It's probably laser.
Yeah, to the computer. And the computer talks. It's like,
I love you very much.
right? You saw it.
Yeah.
So he had no interaction with his son because it was hard, because he was laying in the bed. So finally, they wanted to build a car together. So he would just blink and instruct the kid what to do. He'd be like,
drive shaft in the crank.
And remember the car was in the house.
Yeah.
They can go outside. So the car is being built and assembled inside a room.
How are they going to get it out of there? They were building it in the guy's bedroom because they can't even wheel him into the garage to do it.
That was the best part to me. How are they going to get the car out?
And those pieces are so sad, I can't handle them. So I tune out and I just wait for the funny...
Right, the performances. But Rich Little,
yeah,
who, we always say that, he's got one voice now and it's his.
Yeah, did he perform?
He performed this little sketch. He said it was a tribute to Jim Henson.
Uh-oh.
Well, Jim Henson must be face down in his grave.
Vomiting.
He played Kermit. And he had another guy playing Miss Piggy. And he was singing that stupid song about rainbows from one of the movies.
Rainbows. But it was like Rich Little.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And he's doing the worst Kermit voice possible. Anybody can do a Kermit voice better.
Yeah.
Plus,
it's good to be an impressionist, and anyone in the audience could get up and do a better Kermit than you.
and he's working a hand puppet. Now, he's not a puppeteer.
Oh, yeah? Rich Little moving into the puppet thing.
And the Lips movie's not a ventriloquist.
It's probably like, Johnny Carson's office, please. Johnny, look, I got to get on one last shot. I'm not doing the parody thing anymore. I'm not doing impersonations. I'm a puppeteer now, damn it. I got a whole new act, please. Hello, Johnny?
And he's got Kermit singing curse words.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He's insulting Piggy and,
The F word and stuff?
well, he wasn't using the F word.
Yeah.
But,
He's working blue now.
Why is your ass so big or something, things like that.
Sounds like Rich talking to a Las Vegas showgirl.
Yeah, really. So I thought, gee, Jim Henson must be upside down at this point. This is no tribute.
Yeah. Why is your ass so big? And why do my fingers smell like 3-day-old vomit? Oh, my God. Well, anyway, I didn't see that one, but...
It was, and I never saw any sympathy pieces, so I don't know how the total got to be. But, and then, what's her name? Marie Osmond.
Yes.
Got on with her gaggle of kids.
Oh, yeah?
And she had them all surrounding her.
Beautiful.
And then she started to cry because a couple of her kids had been in children's hospitals before.
Oh.
And
she cried?
She was so happy that there were places that we could take our kids. And now you want me to sing? She started.
And then she broke right into a song, right? Yeah, of course.
Is my band ready? It's a very great time for me to try to sing, but here goes.
And then she sang, and no problem.
Of course, no problem at all.
Very good. 848 92.3 KROC WYSP WJFK. You know what I got to do? I got to take a break here, Robin. We come back, we should do some news.
Okay.
And then I'll get to some more phone calls. And you know what? I got to read you an article.
I got to know what you thought of H. Ross Perot, too.
All right.
You've seen him interviewed by Barbara Walters. We'll talk about that, I suppose.
Okay.
Have you changed your mind?
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Hi, this is Dave Herman, and I hope you can make it over to Times Square at 5 p.m. today for the 92.3 K-Rock sing-along to With a Little Help from My Friends as we celebrate Sgt. Pepper's 25th birthday. We'll project the lyrics on the giant Sony Jumbotron and also hand out lyric sheets. And we'll have a limited amount of free commemorative 92.3 K-Rock Sgt. Pepper t-shirts and other freebies to give away as well. So stop by on your way home or make a special trip in to be a part of this great celebration. See you in Times Square at 5 o'clock today. And happy birthday, Sgt. Pepper, from the classic rock station 92.3 K-Rock.
No matter how much you exercise in the sun, no matter how much you practice your game, no matter how tough you think you are, there's one opponent that can bring you to tears. Sunscreen in your eyes. Fortunately, there's Coppertone Sport, a revolutionary sunscreen that's ultra sweat-proof. So no matter how much you sweat, Coppertone Sport won't run in your eyes to sting you. Coppertone Sport. For those who don't take the sun lying down.
When it's time to take your car for service, STS, yes. No need to worry, don't get nervous. STS, yes. Our auto technicians know what to do. They're part owners, they take good care of you. Yeah, to get the best, say STS, yes.
At STS Car Service Centers, you can trust our owner technicians to always give you the best because they care about having you come back again. That's why we feature Quaker State products. Get a Quaker State oil change and filter, regularly $21.95. Now just $14.95. Hurry, offer ends July 12th.
To get the best, say STS, yes. We treat you like a friend. To get the best, say STS, yes. We want you back again.
For the STS nearest you, call toll-free 1-800-322-STS-1.
Try to remember that LoJack. LoJack is the way to go. Now, here's a warning for New Jersey residents. Over the next few days, you may bump into people wandering around. Oh, boy, I'm not reading this. I don't know who wrote this. Who writes this copy? Yeah, you know what? Let me read this to you, okay?
All right.
But realize I'm not saying this, okay? Over the next few days, you may bump into people wandering around chanting, "Give me something free," over and over to themselves.
Really? Why would that be?
Don't panic, and don't call the paddy wagon. The people chanting, "Give me something free," are completely normal. They just know something you don't. Like what, you may ask?
Oh.
Okay, here is the secret. Now, if I read this copy, they'd throw me off the air. I don't think John Gambling would read this. But here's the important point. All right, let's not get hung up on the copy. During June 1st through June 14th, LoJack is offering a free LoJack Prevent security system. It's a $100 retail value, absolutely free with the purchase of the basic LoJack. Now, you all know what LoJack is, right? LoJack? LoJack Prevent is a starter disabler that prevents amateur thieves from stealing your car in the first place. But if your car gets stolen by some weird chance, the police have a LoJack tracking device in their car, and they can track it right down for you. And you know insurance companies don't pay you the full value of your car.
What you need is your car back.
The free Prevent system combined with the basic LoJack will save you 25% on your New Jersey comprehensive auto insurance. It ends up paying for itself. Would you please call Ann? You know Ann Robin. Call Ann at 1-800-27-LoJack. And just say, "Give me something free," and she'll give you a free Prevent. That's 1-800-27-LOJ-ACK. 1-800-27-LOJ-ACK.
Franz Weiss, owner engine builder, Hall VDS IndyCar race team for Pennzoil.
Viscosity breakdown is a very important issue. You want the oil protecting at the same time you don't want it to break down.
Pennzoil outperforms any leading motor oil against viscosity breakdown.
Using Pennzoil, I have not seen any oil-related problems in our race car and our engines.
Pennzoil, performance, protection, quality.
Quality Pennzoil motor oil is available at R&S Strauss.
For nearly 50 years, car owners have used Gum-Out fuel system cleaners to help eliminate hard starts, hesitations, and stalls. And there's Pennzoil quality in every product, which is why so many people know they can trust Gum-Out to improve engine performance. Gum Out, solutions to engine problems from the people at Pennzoil.
Gum Out Extra Fuel Injector Cleaner is available at GB500 Auto Parts.
America's best-selling minivan, Dodge Caravan.
More families have bought Dodge Caravan than any other minivan. And now is the perfect time to buy during Dodge's first national minivan sale. Start with hundreds cash back to really dress up your new Caravan. Like $500 cash back on leather trim seats, $300 cash back on anti-lock brakes, rear air conditioning, and quad seats, plus cash back on sunscreen glass and built-in child safety seats. But the savings don't stop there. You also get a $500 cash rebate. For big cash back on options, see your nearest Dodge dealer by June 22nd. Then drive away in a Dodge Caravan that's not only America's best seller, but also America's best dressed.
America's best-selling minivan, Dodge Caravan.
Must buy from stock, so option combination availability varies by dealer.
All right, let me tell you about Dr. Louis Weinstein. I know Dr. Lou for how many years now, Robin?
I would say, oh, goodness, you were a teenager, right?
Yeah.
When you met?
Yes.
Good 20 years?
Teenager. I was 11 years old.
30 years.
I might have been 9 years old when I met him.
All right, 30 years.
All right, 30 years. All right.
Not quite. 27.
27 years. This guy's really into medicine, really dedicated professional. How many of you have heard of this radial keratotomy? I guess you heard about it here. This is, I had actually heard about it.
A lot of people are thinking this is brand new, but it's not that new.
It's been around a long time, actually, and I remember reading about it about 10 years ago when I read that Kathy Lee Gifford was getting the process done. I remember she was sick of wearing contacts, sick of wearing glasses, and she decided to have this procedure done, and I had never heard of it before until then.
I don't know why people are still wearing glasses and contact lenses. This past week, 2 friends accidentally put in their contact lenses after soaking it in the wrong solution and almost burned up their eye.
Oh, great.
You know, why are they doing that?
What kind of solution did they put it in?
Well, you know, they have these new machines now where you put it in, you put one solution in, and then you have to neutralize it. Yeah. And they forgot to neutralize. And they just stuck their contacts back into their eyes.
You'd think they'd come up with a little safer system for that. Forgot to neutralize. Oh, my God, we forgot to neutralize our eyes. But anyway, if you want to be done with your glasses, I mean, you want to say goodbye to glasses, get rid of your glasses forever and get rid of your contact lenses forever.
Never burn your eyes out again.
This procedure is performed by Dr. Louis Weinstein of the Weinstein RK Center. It's the same Dr. Lou that I use. It's been on the program several times before. The RK procedure takes less than 15 minutes. It's performed in the Weinstein RK Center state-of-the-art facility. By microscopically changing the shape of the cornea, Dr. Weinstein can correct your vision forever. That's it. Told me he had a guy in there the other day. He tells me about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have, I don't know what -9 means, but evidently it's like a guy who's like almost blind.
I was going to say, that guy has a cane.
Yeah, right. He's put a cane in a dog. And the guy, I don't know, wanted to be a fireman or something. And boom, he did the procedure. And the next day, the guy's like, I can
now
see perfectly.
Now he sees what firefighting is all about.
Yeah.
He got
He
another
needs to
job.
get another job. But he can see perfectly.
That's wonderful.
For more information about this terrific procedure, call 1-800-RK today, see if it's for you, or 516-499-3733. Now, you can make a reservation at this Wednesday's seminar just to learn about it, just to see if you're into it. And if you want to meet Dr. Lou, hear what he has to say about this, you can schedule a personal consultation or go to the seminar. So call this number right now, 1-800-RK today, or 516-499-3733. Okay? That's it. That's it. 857, 92.3 K-Rock, WYSP, WJFK. After we do the news, Robin, remind me to read you an article on Channel 13 in Los Angeles not running one of our shows. It's out of the Hollywood Reporter.
Ooh.
It's kind of funny.
All right. We're still, isn't that the company that bought a controlling interest in Channel 9?
They just bought the whole damn thing. Outright, yeah.
Oh, my.
Yes. Oh, my.
That's too much money.
Everybody kept asking me at the last taping of the TV show whether or not, we'd be back again next season. And I said, I hope not. I hate, because a lot of people are dependent on us coming back.
Right. You remember when you asked that question? That's when it became sad. You asked the question, how many people need a job?
I know.
And all those hands flew up.
Yeah, I know. Plus, a lot of the guys who don't need a job, but, they're sort of techs, they're camera guys and stuff, they just said they don't have any fun on these other shows.
I know.
They really would like to see us. And, I do have a mixed emotion about it. The show is so friggin' popular.
Yes.
It's got to be doing us some good somewhere.
Somehow.
It's just so popular. I mean, to be getting almost a 30 share is just unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, there's no joy left in it for me. I don't particularly enjoy putting it together all week. I like it.
They've drained everything out of you for it.
Just not
by
that much
putting up
fun.
all the barriers to getting it done.
Yeah, and they're really not equipped over at Channel 9. It's really nobody's fault. It's just they're not equipped. They think they're equipped to do a real television show, and they're not. That's the sad part. I don't think anybody there is a real bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that they have a bunch of people over there who, in management, who really are used to running. The biggest thing they ever ran was a Mets game. And then other than the Mets game, running, Who's the Boss? With Tony Danza 2 times a day. Reruns, Cosby reruns, Arsenio they get from Paramount. I mean,
They got that confused with TV production.
Yeah, and they think that they have cameras and they have facilities, so why can't we just make a TV show? But there's a lot more that goes into it. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a Hollywood and there wouldn't be so many people, so many geniuses who have, put together successful programs. If it was that easy.
Why is it when they finally do have something that generates some viewer interest, they don't support it? They spent all that time working on that New York Tonight or whatever that variety show they had.
That's a loser.
And never got one rating point.
Well, they'll tell you because our show is so hard to sell. And I was talking to somebody in this company, Infinity Broadcasting, and Infinity said to them, just give us the television show and we will sell it out. And we have all national sponsors ready to go to advertise on this show. And so they said, but you got to give us a percentage.
Yeah.
And they would, WOR, Channel 9 in New York, would rather have 100% of nothing than give up like 50% of something really spectacular.
Oh, boy.
Because really they're not capable of selling an unusual program.
They don't know how to market this.
Yeah, and so what happens is then there's not enough money to do the show properly, and I get crazy from it. And I just don't even want to, I don't want to be in this, if it's going to be a downer.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's when I started getting the idea for the movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to deal with some company and sponsors. All I got to deal with is a movie company, and they're going to say, hey, okay, here's a script, let's do it. And the public can pay for it directly, which is just fine by me, because every time we do something like that, it's successful.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to deal with some, sales staff that all they can do is sell 1-900 number advertisements. You know what I mean?
I know, that was... They had so many of them, they couldn't even put anything between them.
I know.
They had to run them back to back.
Yeah, I saw back-to-back 1-900 numbers on there. They should be ashamed of themselves over at that Channel 9. They really should. Should really be ashamed of themselves. I mean, it's just incredible.
What are you going to do?
But it looks like a porno show.
I know. I said, this is almost Channel J. This is a cable show. We're getting really, really close to cable here.
I saw one of the 1-900 commercials on our TV show. It was a girl in a bathtub sucking something. Did you see this one?
No.
She's sucking a something.
You sure Fred, that was our show?
That's our show, Fred. What is she sucking? Like a lollipop? But it looks like, let's face it, you know what it looks like.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm not going to say what it looks like, but you know what it looks like.
Now that you're talking about it, I think I have seen this, but I could have sworn it was another station.
Yeah, and she goes, oh, man, baby, you just call me. I'm so hot to talk to you. And you know that's... And then she goes, any one of us girls, and then you realize, hey, that's not her.
Yeah, she's not going to be on there.
Yeah, like she's horny. I've never met a girl like that who was horny.
No, I was just going to say, I watched the show Saturday night with a house full of like 20 people.
Yeah.
And when we're doing lesbian dial-a-date.
Yeah.
And then there's just that little blip, and then that commercial comes on. And usually when the commercials come on, people don't pay attention, and everyone sort of holds their breath.
Yeah.
And it takes them about 15 seconds to realize that's not our show.
Right, I know. And the commercials are better than our show. That's what upsets me.
Because people are like, oh, wait, that's not Howard.
I've called those numbers after I want to see if people are even dialing it, but I get right through.
Really? Oh,
Well,
you've
who's-
tried them.
If you're into a show like ours, why would you want to be calling that? Maybe they write it down, jot it down for after the show.
They have a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
lines.
All I know, see, I've tried to test it out, but, I put that block on my phone.
Oh, so you can't even get through. Why did you block your phone?
Because you don't want to say, oh, no, I don't want that. When somebody says, would you like us to block?
You were embarrassed to say, no, I want the 900
Oh,
numbers.
yes, block those.
Yeah, right. I know what you mean. See, that's wrong in the phone company. Would you like a block on your phone? Oh, yes.
But Robert, it's not just you can't get like Wheel of Fortune hotline or all that other stuff. It's
None
not
of
just,
those things.
Yeah.
It's not just dirty lines.
I don't know. The phone company seems to have blocked mine without my permission because I can't seem to dial 1-900 numbers directly. I certainly can't get the 970 porno lines.
Right.
I can't get those from my
No,
house.
and no 9 numbers. 900 or 97 anything.
And when that porno line first came out, the one that you just make a toll-free call,
Right.
I used to call 3 or 4 times a day. I would be out in my hall. I remember where we lived. It was 2 houses ago. I would be out in the hall so I could hear if my wife was coming through the door. Because if my wife stepped out of the house, I would be able to hear if she was coming through the front door.
I see.
So I'd drag the phone all the way out into the hall and sit there so I could monitor the front door. Oh, wait, you're getting married. And then I would get I'd get on the phone, and the girl would go, oh, man, baby, I'm so hot. It was the first time they ever came out, right?
You were talking to a recording or a human?
Just listening to the recording.
Oh, okay.
I've never called a human. I've never gone that far. I don't feel that's right.
He has some principles.
So she goes, oh, that's right. And I'm getting into it. And then boing, and I'm, doing my thing. And then it would run out so fast. They had 2 other lines. I'd make 2 additional phone calls by the midway through the second phone call.